My name is Ethan Capone. This is my band, the Seven Sons. I play the keys, and pleasure to be here with y'all.
Let's get it. Paul Calico Nelson. I play bass for Seven Sons. These are my brothers, man.
Aloha, Sean Kiko Pimentel, drummer with Seven Sons. My boys over here.
Justin Kavika Young. I sing, play a little guitar, and hang out with my friends.
My name is Jason Tupuola Iono. I am 6'4", 252 pounds. I am of Samoan and Viking descent, and these are my brothers.
Hey, what's happening? P. Miguel, guitar player, Seven Sons.
Kia ora, I'm Phil Crown, the other keyboard player in Seven Sons.
So you guys are playing at the Tacoma Dome. What are you guys changing in your arrangements or monitor mix to suit your indoor dome acoustics or big crowd Cinalogs?
The indoor dome set. I think we just tried to get quickly into each song, try to keep the energy up a little bit, and fit in as much original music as we possibly can in the time that we have on stage. So yeah, just trying to bring it. And I think we're a new band, so it's like new songs for most people. So we just want to share as much as we can with the audience we have here.
With the track Many Feathers, doing it live, will you lean into elements from Mike Love's version or the original cut?
I mean, the original version was amazing, but we didn't ever imagine, having Mike Love come through and collaborate on this song. And so it was amazing, and I feel like we're definitely pushing for that version. And Mike.
Oh, so I didn't want to interrupt you, but when you're done, I was just going to say, nobody can do Mike Love's verse because it's so Mike Love. But eventually, we all love Mike, man, so hopefully we'll get to do it together one of these days.
I feel like because Mike Love wanted to do that with you guys shows what big of an imprint you put even on him as Seven Sons. So even saying that you guys are a new group and everything, I mean, even with my next questions, each one of you are your own entities. You guys have each worked with producers, MCs, DJs, artists, everything. You guys, really, there is no one trick with you guys because you guys are all many tricks that are coming together as a collaboration. So, what do you feel like you guys brought today at the Holo Holo set that put you guys off from everybody else?
I think as this entity, everyone just sees us as like a brand new group. Haven't really seen us together collectively, and so to be out here and sharing brand new original music. Some of the songs that we did today, we haven't even recorded yet. It's for the next record that we're working on. Going to be released early on next year, 2026. And we're just so happy to be on the road and be sharing the stage with all of our fellow colleagues, brothers and sisters, especially from back home, our poly family and stuff. But yeah, love being out here.
I'll say something funny. Say something funny.
Okay, I got it. No, man, it's it's a confluence of all our influences as musicians and Justin's really deep, amazing songwriting. It is. So I think that's the added quality that I would describe in our music is there's a lyrical element to it that really is relatable and meaningful to people when you dig into it. Yeah.
Jason, can you define confluence for the viewers?
Not at this time, please. Thank you.
Can use it in a sentence.
Coming together.
Ask me a math question.
Let's go.
Well, under 144. Because I only know 12 times 12, and that's it. And then after that, it just...
Give me under 5. Give me under 5. Don't even fuck with me on that. I mean, you guys, if we're talking about, again, new group, breakout year, you guys went to, awards and got some awards going on, everything. You did a big Q&A interview that really seemed to, blow up. I myself listened to that Q&A interview today.
Oh.
And as someone who's done interviews for over 30 years right now, that was pretty cool. It wasn't as much as the platform as much as you guys. And that's where it's like I can almost see it right now in this interview with you guys, the chemistry between you guys, how you guys are talking and responding and everything, just complete chemistry. Shows on the stage and everything. So like, what do you guys think is coming next year that you guys could say to you guys Mainlands? Anything like, I know you guys said you guys got some stuff coming up next year, but like anything else you guys want to say? Like anything else that's coming up next year? Like a little bit of stuff?
Yeah. I think like even the new songs are a reflection of the feedback we've gotten from the audiences we've gotten to play for. When we did the first record, being a brand new band, we didn't get to play a lot of the songs live before we recorded them. So to see how people react to our music's been awesome. What they like and what kind of moves them, when we play it in these big settings and whatnot, what gets them to kind of sing along, what gets them to dance along. And so we're putting those elements, like observing what the crowd likes and then putting that into this next record, seeing what moves them,
So just like finding out who we are as a band, because we do have so many different influences and so many different talents in our band, like figuring out, what everyone's strengths are and what they want to bring to the stage. And so I think the whole past year has been a process of kind of learning about ourselves. And so, yeah, we're super excited because we feel like this next record is even going to take it up to the next level. Yeah.
I mean, even working together, kind of figuring out, what everybody brings to the table, but in the best light,
PE, what do you bring to the table?
A good time.
Clearly.
Hell yeah.
You already know.
We just did finish a couple shows with Stan Walker in Canada, and that's just been really cool to already at these early stages get outside of like our normal loops in the West Coast and Nashville and Hawaii, and kind of meet people we wouldn't necessarily meet, and share our music with them and see how they respond to it and how they relate to it. So more of that in the next year, like getting to know more people outside and in Hawaii, and just kind of continuing to build our community.
Can you touch upon, Phil? Can you touch upon like how our music, like the guys from Aotearoa, like our Māori bros and stuff, like they listen to the music, how they like it, like how we've been kind of connecting in that way, or how the music is different, from like we're just not trying to get stuff on the radio.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I know coming from Aotearoa, it's a different take on reggae. Even radio in general is more varied across the genres. All of my friends, musicians over there, we kind of grew up playing everything, from rock, R&B, hip hop, and so their palette for music is pretty broad, and it fits us because we bring all these different elements, and we might have, like for the first album, we kind of had a few sonic goals, and direction where we thought we would head with it, but inevitably the different influences came out and the different players' ideas, and that's something that I think we kind of celebrate, the freedom to do that, to not be kind of boxed in. And so the looking at New Zealand and Australia is good audiences for us, in that regard.
I think Australia is a really good audience for you guys, especially. I feel like you guys push into really right in the same kind of scene, sticky fingers and stuff like that too. And you guys talk about like being on stage and looking out to the audience and seeing their reactions to what you guys are doing, and like kind of feeding off of that and everything. New album, kind of pushing off of that. And, like, what do you guys? I mean, like especially with this festival, Holo Holo, a lot of kids come to Holo Holo. Especially a lot of Islander kids from around the world, and you guys go into all these Holo Holos, it's literally around the world, like in certain spots that like aren't really islandy, you know what I mean? How do you guys feel that, one, is reflecting to these kids, and two, what advice would you give to these kids that are looking at you guys as inspiration to be like, we could be musicians too. Like, look at these guys; they're going with their friends and stuff, and like making something happen. It doesn't matter about anything but us, you know.
Yeah, that's a great question. So like, you know, Dan's been a great friend. We've known him for a long time before he even started doing these festivals, from back home, from Campbell High School and whatnot. So when I was playing at 3+, he'd come and hang out, you know, and to see him doing these huge festivals, this is actually one of the reasons why we wanted to put this band together, because we've all come and played these festivals with different bands. We said, well, why don't we put together a band so we can come and share our music at this festival? So this was actually a goal, to come and play this Holo Holo Festival, not this particular one, but any of them. And this is, I think, the third one that we've done so far. And so, you know, for Dan and the crew to invite us is a huge honor. You know, we're working our way to doing more of them. We'd love to share more of these. And especially with, you know, trying to be an influence to the kids. You know, a lot of us are fathers. A lot of us are just good uncles and dog fathers.
I'm probably a father.
But, you know, some of us that, you know, we all want to be great influences to the next generation. You know, we've been doing music and working in this industry for 20, 30 years plus. And to try to show them that there's a pathway to making this a career, rather than just like being a weekend warrior. You know, if you really work at your craft, you can support your family. You know, it can be lucrative enough that this is all you have to do. I mean, 6 out of 7 of us, this is what we do full time. You know, only one of us has like a full-time job, but nobody else. We rely on music full time. And so it's a grind. You know, everyone thinks it's easy or it's fun or we're just doing all this stuff, but we're rehearsing. I don't think I've rehearsed more in my life than now, you know, and it's because we want to be that good. We want to take this that seriously. This is our career. We're not just here to have a good time. We really want to put out some great music and change lives, you know, not only our own, but everyone else, you know.
Really good response. Yeah. He's like, dude, how the fuck do I follow up on that?
I don't follow that. I don't.
Come on. So, for fans that are coming here who have never been into Hawaiian reggae before, who have never heard of Hawaiian reggae before, and then hear you guys, what do you have to say to them?
Okay, you got me. Well, I feel like it's a very big. I don't know how to explain it, but
Confluence.
there you go.
Yeah.
Confluence.
Yeah. Definitely.
But
confluence.
there's so much different influences in our music that everybody here in Holo Holo is playing, and you know, like genres and stuff. So I feel like it's just basically people doing what they grew up on, you know, and Hawaiian music, or island music, as you would call it now, goes through trends. So there's this whole country thing that's going on now, you know, and before it was like, we're kind of like Jamaicans. We love to cover old school music and make it our own, right? And so I don't know where it's going next, but right now is definitely this country influx. Is that the word?
Sure.
Yeah. And
You could use
there you go, Paul.
confluence if you want.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like,
Thank you, Paul.
there's so many different genres. Like, even tonight, like, watching LA Max set on the way in, like all the R&B influences. Johnny Sweet's got like amazing stage presence. Gospel influence, and then we've got like just the breadth of our musical experiences to draw from. So I'm grateful that Holo Holo is presenting these so that like kids coming in can see that island music is not just one specific thing. It's like a bunch of different genres in confluence.
Oh yeah. So basically, what I was getting to is like, well, this is all the base of reggae music, and there's not just one reggae music. There's lovers rock. There's stepas. There's calypso. There's everything. You know. There was mento first, and so that's kind of where our island music is now as well. It's like you're not just one style. You know, we got all these different influences, like Paul said. And it's a beautiful thing because everybody gets to like stick to their guns, you know, and like it's at the end of the day, it comes from us, it comes from our heart, it comes from the islands, and it gets to be on the big stage, like here at Holo Holos, around the U.S., you know, and we're very grateful for that.
You got to think, reggae itself has influenced so many different things: punk rock, hip hop, so many different things. That it's one of those things where you guys say like, you know, hey, we're like the Jamaicans, we're taking things like that. You guys are both islanders. Jamaica, Hawaii, both islanders. So in a sense, you both are rebels, no? You both are taking different things of music, and you guys are putting your guys' influences in. You guys all from different things, backgrounds, different musicians you've worked with, yeah. Putting your all your different inputs into the music and everything, like you said. Trying to find your guys' sound and everything this year has been crucial for the next year and the album creation and everything. It still, to me, all I hear is reggae. You know what I mean? All you guys are telling me is like we're roots reggae and we're just trying to find our sound. And that's really all I hear. You know what I mean? Not to take away from what you said, but that's what I hear as a consumer. Especially with the responses and everything. You know what I mean? Like don't take away from your guys' selves as that, especially into creating this group. Groups as musicians, regardless of genres, is very rough. You guys are so many cooks in the kitchen, no?
Yes.
You guys are all cooks. You guys are all chefs. Everybody's like, you know, not to reference like TV shows, but like we go like what, The Bear? Like yes chef, yes chef. Like you guys have to walk around almost like, you know, eggshells, but at the same time with so much respect. Because if the respect is gone and the eggshells are broken, then one of you guys walks away and then there's no more seven.
Yeah.
No? Yeah. So like a lot of respect in that, and I really appreciate you guys for really putting together this kind of group and everything, because it's really hard. It's not easy. This kind of group isn't an easy group. This isn't just like a garage band group.
Yeah, I think that one of the reasons we put together too is like, you know, with everything that's going on in the world, we really want to push unity, want to push this principle of unity. And there's not a lot of bands anymore, you know, it's just kind of like artists that have backup bands. And we've all been those backup bands, you know, those backup artists, support artists that sometimes you get the call, sometimes you don't. And then, you know, you jump to another band. But we really love playing with these guys, and we want to keep doing it with these guys and playing the same songs that we write together. That's the reason why we did it. But to continue that and show unity outside of the music as well, the messages that we put in the songs with the reggae undertones, you know, yes, we are very much like Jamaican culture. We're islander people. I think it's the drum beats, it's the rhythms that we all connect to. It just kind of moves our soul, you know. And then and a lot of the messages are very alike. You know, we write about the struggles that we go through as Indigenous people, as Native people, and so some of the things that we want to empower each other with through these messages are written in these songs. You know. It's always kind of pretty much love that we love talking about, but definitely unity and bringing everybody together.
I think like the underlying thing is we respect each other so much too. We don't always creatively agree on something, but we respect each other so much that it's never like becomes contentious, because it's like, oh really, you like this better? Let me check that out, you know? And it really is truly a collaboration in that none of the songs would sound the way that they do if it wasn't for each of us being in this band. And I don't want to make another solo album. I want a record that sounds like all of us. So, I mean, it's kind of fun to be able to disagree about stuff and, you know, debate things and, you know, punch each other in the face. No. No, it's just great. And we all respect each other so much that it's really an enjoyable process, even when we don't agree on stuff. Yeah.
Rebel music with rebel people. Group, brother. Like I said, you know what I mean? So, like, you guys have said, you know, we don't want to be stars, we want to be sons. How does that philosophy show in a leadership mindset, considering you guys are, you know, like I said, so many cooks in the kitchen? How do you guys, like, handle that? How do you guys handle so many cooks in the kitchen?
Well, I think sometimes to lead, you got to be a good follower. You know, we have to learn how to listen better. We got to listen to be better understanding people and more empathetic of each other. And I think the background that we have in being support musicians is that, you know, we have to be good listeners. We have to walk into a brand new setting all the time, playing with new artists, and just kind of, you know, meld into what's happening and not stick out. And so when it comes to us, we don't really have any alpha dogs in the group. You know, we all just kind of listen to each other. We're very democratic about stuff, and we like to have good conversations about the intention behind our music, why we do everything. Everything is very, very intentional, whether it be the music, whether it be lyrics, whether it be content. You know, it's not just we're trying to get out there and make money or be something. We really, really want to make a difference in this world through this platform. And doing it through music, yes, we'll get more ears and more eyes on us, and then we can really spread the messages that we want to spread, you know. So.
And leadership isn't just telling people what to do, but a lot of it is listening. And I think we all like truly listen and want to understand each other's point of view and where we're all coming from. And I think that's kind of where our leadership is more. Yeah. And being an example and the way that you live your life and the way that you treat people, the way that we treat each other. Yeah.
It's like a been there, done that situation, especially with your guys' experience.
Yeah, and the Sons thing is just that we say this in our every interview. It really is like shining our light on other people to help everyone else to grow, you know, and that's what we've done through this industry is helping everyone to be their best, shining our light on them, you know, not necessarily on ourselves, but now we want to do it with our brothers and, you know, help each other to grow to be our best, you know.
Positive
Yeah.
music
Always.
with a group of your brothers
Always.
in a time of need.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I say, rebel music and everything like
Yeah.
that. Especially with someone that's like almost hitting home to family, like Dan and his family, you know what I mean? Coming into that and everything, like you guys were like, that's a big goal, but like at the same time, I feel like Dan would say like, no, you guys did this and that was just like a shoe-in situation for me.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like you guys like yeah, let me eliminate the 3 and put in the 1. You know what I mean? That's gonna be the great act that like everybody has seen. Yeah. It's really cool and everything. So how do you guys feel Holo Holo has changed you guys as a whole in a group, being that a new group, being that you guys, this is your 3rd Holo Holo, yeah?
Third is a group, yeah.
It'll be
But
this
we've
year?
been here
Is it
with
just
like
this year or?
second this year, yeah, second this year, yeah. But
So we've been a part of Holo Holo individually since it has started. All with different bands. Everybody here, what you see, I know that like some of us, or we kind of don't like to be known as playing for other people. Like that's, but at the end of the day, we've all played for everybody that's played at Holo Holo from the start. A bunch of other festivals that are here, but yeah, so we're very excited, I guess, to do it with ourselves. You know, sorry.
Well, it's like a for yourself, right? Like,
Yeah.
It's like,
Well, no.
it's
No,
like
he means with himself.
Yeah.
You're the forefront of. You guys are you're like, listen, Carrie.
Yeah. No, so we've been at Holo Holos from the start. It was just always different, and then like we would see each other in passings. You know, like, hey, what's up, bro? Like, good to see you. Good to see you. And then
playing with? Oh, yeah.
yeah, exactly. Because we literally play with, in the most humble way, we play with everybody from, you know, back home and wherever. But it was so cool. See each other in passing, and then Sean and Paul had this idea, like, hey man, like, instead of backing up all these artists that we do, like, we could probably do this ourselves, you know? And we gave it a shot, and here we are still trying to give it a shot.
Still playing with ourselves.
Yeah.
I don't know. He pretty much said everything.
Perfect.
Was it?
Yeah, that's perfect. Yeah.
I feel like you got something nice.
translate that?
I'm only good at math, told you. Anything?
Follow-up questions? Like,
Next
I mean,
question.
any final thoughts thoughts?
Yeah,
You know what I
final
mean?
thoughts,
Like
bro.
final thoughts, final thank yous, final shout outs, final like anything. Like really like waka waka.
What's your vision for
Us.
Next year even
Next
for
year
next
or
year,
future
following year.
year.
It's the end of the year.
Yeah.
We're at the end.
Yeah.
You know, harvest area, all that good stipulation.
Well, yeah, firstly, it would be thanking everybody for their support. Um, you always thank the house that you're in. You know, the host being Holo Holo, and the people that put it together and having us be part of it. That's the first thing. You know, giving us the opportunity, and then also the people that like our music. Came over on the plane. I had to catch a flight after a gig, and so I came over on the red eye. And yeah, these people that were next to me the whole flight didn't say anything. Got off the plane, they're like, "You're from Seven Sons?" And yeah. And then we flew just to go. Me and my daughter, we flew just to come watch you guys, Holo Holo. And I said, "Yeah." I said, "Really well." And then so we had a little talk at the airport. It was really nice. And one thing that's common in people that like our music and that good people, they like it for good reasons. They like the messages, they like the vibe that we bring. So I say going forward, we want to continue that. And it's, I don't know, for me, it's just exciting because it's like the first time we're kind of, you know, trying to, okay, what should we do? Trying to be careful about what's going to be the next thing. And now we sort of know we've done an album together, and now we're kind of a little bit more free about it and a bit more confident in what we all can do. And then so I don't know. I think we continue on our path, but with bigger aspirations and going forward. Yeah.
Yeah, 2025 was a great year. With our album that came out in November of 24, I believe, and kind of just riding that wave through the year, being recognized at the Hōkū's with a few awards, and then eventually getting on tour with Kali Buds. You know, that was a great learning experience for all of us. A time for growth as a band because it had us playing for, you know, almost about a month. And it's always nice to have a string of gigs kind of lined up because a bunch of us kind of live all over the place. So to have just a lot of time spent together to get warmed up, to kind of work through songs, work through the set, change things around, got us to where we are now, where we've got a bunch of sets that we can kind of interchange songs, you know, tighten up a few things, working on new stuff. And then, you know, ending the year with Holo Holo, and, you know, we'll see what happens at the end of this year. Looking forward to next year, you know, hopefully spending a lot more time together, maybe find some more tours, get on the road again, and finishing up our second album would be awesome.
One of the beautiful things too about the Holo Holo Festival is like platforming all this. Especially like I don't live back home, so I don't get to see a lot of these bands. But I think it can be a misconception that music is a competition, and if you win, I don't win. But it's not a zero-sum game. If you win, we all win. So being able to be here and like support the other artists and cheer them on and watch what they're doing and see how far they've come. Like I met Johnny Sweet before he had any music out, and now to be able to come here and watch his set and see how far he's come and how hard he's worked, and watching Ellie Mack and all these other bands and be able to root for them too and have that community continue to grow because of festivals like this is, I think, like really important too. Yeah.
I think Dan, you know, and his crew really put a staple point on the industry for especially this genre because, like, I mean, you know, I don't know how much you guys have experienced with that, especially touring with so many musicians. I already know without being said. You've experienced the, like, you know, hey, I'm glad you guys are here. Don't got what we got to pay you for, you know what I'm saying? You know, like in that, and like, you know, Dan's that guy that like I point to with that situation, especially being, you know, like really centerfolding himself in California. he could just be back in Hawaii and doing this stuff, and it'd be a lot easier in my opinion. But he's like willing to put himself in the middle of California and be like, no, we're gonna tour the USA with all of our Hawaii stuff. Like that's saying something in my opinion. You know what I mean? He's like, no, I'm sorry. No, you gotta say it. You gotta say it. You gotta say what you mean.
Yeah, so I know that like before Holo Holo started, there was not Cali Roots, Jesus Christ, what am I trying to think of? Reggae Rise Ups. I'm so sorry. So there was Reggae Rise Ups, and they would have like slim to very few island artists. And the Reggae Rise Ups, as you know, they're everywhere. They're in Maryland, they're in Florida, they're in California, Texas, so everywhere. You know, and then I feel like Dan saw that opportunity to be like, screw this one or two island acts with all this other stuff. Like, let's put all our island people, you know, together and do this. And that's what he did. He brought us, you know, like it's actually kind of cool to see that, because it really went from Reggae Rise Ups, basically from what I remember from like 2012-ish, you know, and coming into this now to where like Dan saw this opportunity to put his people, his own people, up there and do the same thing. So like we're basically like that island version of it, or if you will, you know. Will you?
He's still bringing in the like, you know, every year bringing in that like heavy reggae vibe even from Jamaica.
Well, we know he does Cali Roots and stuff, but I feel like that was an extension. Bless you. That was an extension of what he knows. He already knows. He's a guru in his own mind. You know, like his own.
In his own mind.
In his own mind. I meant right in his own right.
Yeah.
But yeah. So like going from Cali Roots and then being able to do this for us, for all of our people, put us all on, all the musicians, Big Body, West Alpha, Western Conference, everybody, put our island people back on the map where we belong. It was awesome.
Yeah, especially him doing this on the continent and away from Hawaii. Like, he just did the first Holo Holo back home, which is great. But, you know, in the 2020 census, it shows that there's more Native Hawaiians living off the island than back home. And so for those of us or those people that have to move away and be away from Hawaii, it's a great time to come together as community, you know, on the continent and celebrate through this festival. So I'd like to thank Dan for doing that, you know, and it always reminds people where home is and to go home, you know, to stay connected to the Aina, stay connected to your ohana back home, stay connected to Lahui and all those things. Yeah.
Don't let the price out of paradise. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's expensive. It's hard.
Don't let it hit you guys. That's what I say. You know what I mean? That's why I say rebel music, no?
Yep.
You gotta rebel against and go back to homeland and keep that patronage on of you know your heritage and everything. Mad respect.
Last thoughts?
Yeah, just mirroring that, it's just heartwarming to go out and see the island community out in the broader United States and people out enjoying local artists. And then also, none of us would be here without our brothers in Jamaica. So encourage you to go support and give relief, donate to hurricane relief when you can, if you can. Yeah, we're all sons and daughters of that culture.
You know. Ethan, last thoughts?
Yeah, just grateful, very grateful to be here. It's amazing what he's done. You just go out there, you look at these bands on this stage. I mean, what a stage, what a venue. You know, driving in here to the Tacoma Dome, it's just pretty incredible, you know, to see all your friends from back home playing on this stage in front of this crowd in this venue, far, far away from home. And yeah, I mean, just honored to be a part of it, honored to be a part of this band, and yeah, that's all I got.
Well, thank you guys.